Hello, everybody. Terry Hashimoto here with Jeff Chambers at Elmwood Country Club in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, and my friend Derek Ingram, our friend Derek Ingram, Canada National Golf Coach Men's. So the question here is, Jeff, what motivated you in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, to be able to put such a beautiful facility? And just hang on, I'm just going to show people there's 4 heated hitting bays in this facility here in Speedy Creek, Saskatchewan, Swift Current, ADI. And I've got your picture right in the background, right there, so everybody can see it. They can zoom in. We'll zoom right in on it, okay? And Jeff, you're not a stranger to technology. You've been using technology now for quite some time. So maybe can you just give us an explanation of your motivation to do this?
Absolutely. I've loved coaching for many years now. I've been a coach for probably close to 15 years. And I just want to give the kids and everybody actually that golfs the opportunity that the big centers have. And we're in Little Speedy Creek, Saskatchewan, but I didn't want that stopping us. So my vision was to build a facility that was year-round. I wanted to bring all the best technology into this building, and I wanted to give all these kids from all over the province a chance that the bigger centers have that normally they wouldn't have, and it's worked out so well so far.
Okay, so let's define worked out so well so far. And I know this is I really want our urban friends who have golf courses and they have the funds and wherewithal to develop a facility like this, but they simply don't. Define how you evaluate success. Like, I know it's not necessarily monetary,
Yeah.
but you mentioned the word yesterday, grow the game.
That's right.
And can you explain to me what your thoughts are? And Derek, if you want to pitch in on this too, because this is part of your goal, I guess, as the head coach for Olympic Golf Coach Canada, really. Maybe you guys can fill me in on that.
Well, like I said, Derek's a good friend, and we used to coach side by side years ago. And when I wanted to get going and really raise the bar, I mean, that's when I call my friends that I know that can help. And obviously, Derek's first on the list. I wanted to put a clinic together. This is the first year in full operation for the academy. We had a half a year last year, and we're still adding on. We're continually always adding what I think we need in here to make it the best facility possible. And I wanted to bring our elite kids from all over Saskatchewan in, and of course bring the best coach in Canada, and here he is. And same as you, Terry. I mean, you're world renowned in what you do in the golf business. There's no secret there. There's no secret there. And same thing, I am very interested in expanding my technology that I have lots of in here, and I wanted to take it another level. And of course, that's why the call came to you with Body Track and what you can do with the new sensors and things like that.
Appreciate that, Jeff. So, Derek, yesterday I watched your presentation, and I did something I don't normally do, which is I seriously was I tried to pretend I didn't know you. And I tried to listen to your words in such a way as if I was just a golf pro, trying to learn how to, benefit from your experience on the tour and with the Canadian team for the past 10 years, really, 4 years as the ladies, I guess, and 6 as the men's. And I got to tell you something, and I mean this from my heart because I won't get a chance to see you this summer very much, but that was probably, in my opinion, the best presentation I've seen, a comprehensive package of not only from nutrition right up to sleep, right up to training, and right into the mental aspects of the game. So I got to tell you from my heart, I know everybody's in good shape here. So, DI, if you wouldn't mind, would you share with our audience some of what you feel is required for coaches like Jeff Chambers to be successful in their overall programs?
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing, obviously, a facility like this is incredible. To have access to technologies, and honestly, there's a lot of great technologies that aren't as expensive as they used to be, or just aren't that expensive. So the investment to get in, to have a high-level coach in any area in the world now isn't that significant. And from my standpoint, I just wanted to come out to Saskatchewan and support Jeff, the Saskatchewan PGA, the Saskatchewan Golf Association, and get a feel for what the best junior players in Saskatchewan are doing, and see if I can help maybe up the ante a little bit and encourage them and inspire them that, hey, I can be a Mackenzie Hughes, I can be a Adam Hadwin, I can be a Graham Dillette because Graham's from Saskatchewan. So that was one of the reasons for coming. And obviously Jeff's been a friend, and Hash, I'm a big fan of your work. But for me, it's about, can we inspire young players to become the next level of top players in Canada and potentially the world. And we obviously discussed a lot about technology, a lot about coaching. People don't care what you know, number one, until they know that you care. And I think that's probably the underlying feature of what I was talking about yesterday.
One thing I had that really hit a chord with me when you discussed, you brought to everybody's attention, and you mentioned it just previously, that they could achieve their goals and be world caliber I think historically we as Canadians have quite often felt that those guys were gods and we couldn't be like them. So can you elaborate a little bit on that? And Jeff, feel free to pitch in too, because I think that's why we're here.
Well, I think there's some advantages living in Canada, and I think it's about time we started to play our trump card about those advantages. We play in weather. Look, it could be cold, rainy, snowy. We play in really bad weather, which develops grit and toughness. It also develops the ability to play off of different lies and different conditions. Those are big advantages that countries like Ireland and Europe take advantage of, and we need to do a better job in Canada. Secondly, the fact that we have 4 seasons and maybe you don't golf year round, you play other sports, the athleticism, the strength, the competitiveness transfers to golf, and I think it'll make them better players. And there's, it's easy to get. It's easy to get to because it's small, and you can get to good coaching and good facilities and drive, and you can have access to inexpensive coaching, great coaches in pockets in Saskatchewan or across Canada, unbelievable coaches, and not that expensive. So, facility access. You can get on the golf course anytime you want. The golf course to be a member is probably $400 for the year. In Toronto, that's 1 green fee sometimes. So, you've got some advantages. We got to play those trump cards a little bit better than we have been.
That's awesome. And Jeff, you're really not just a small town guy. You travel. You got a lot of experience through your own success as a golfer and as a coach. Listen, what do you want to say? If you had just one or two things that you'd like to say to your fellow golf pros that maybe don't use forget about technology, they don't use anything other than just sort of eyeball it.
Yes.
What do you want to say to them here today?
Well, I truly think they're missing out. Every fellow professional that's come here and gone through the system with me here is amazed, and they're going, wow, that is such an amazing tool, because it's and I heard a wise man once say, this golf game hasn't changed over the years, but what we can do now is we can actually watch it and analyze it and learn from what's already been doing over the years. Like, there's been great coaches out there doing amazing things. Now we can validate it and actually show it, and for a lot of people, you need to show it.
Well, let's just show people what you've got here. DI and Jeff Chambers, this is crazy, and a little bit maybe serving here to show that you have 3D on demonstration here. You've got your foresight. You want to just tell us, Jeff, what you've got here? We got the
foresight with the HMT, which has completely changed my coaching. That's been the biggest asset that I've added in here, and it's made unbelievable strides with players within minutes rather than taking days or weeks to do something. It's because it's visual. People, you want them to feel it, but when they can actually see what their club head is doing, it right away acts on them, and they're like, wow, I'm going to do this. Like, it's totally changed. I used to do 2D video all the time. That was my thing. Just like every coach out there, that was my thing. Now I realize I rarely ever do video. It's only as a backup so that they can see it. What I do is I look at the numbers and let's get that ball in the greatest spot. And
soon you'll have 3D up there.
Absolutely, and I'm very excited about the vector coming and
body track,
flight scope,
flight scope V2, which is displayed on the back there, so that we're always giving numbers, so nothing hides in here, and it's controlled. We got the heating, great big door opening, and like I said, when we see it, we pop the door open, and
this is cool to be able to show this type of. And Jeff, really, you added 4 bays here, and 4 bays in total, correct?
Absolutely.
And Derek, you're when you're home, you work at a golf course that is probably one of my favorite golf courses in all the world, Elmhurst. And I know that you can't say this, but I would suggest to Elmhurst that maybe they should contemplate something like this.
The reality is having a facility like this really helps the learning environment, right?
Yes.
And I think they pay for themselves, I'm pretty jealous. I'm on the road, so I don't have a facility like this where I hang my shingle. So everything has to be mobile, but it's pretty impressive, yeah.
And Jeff, I just want to add one thing. And you also do fittings here, so that our suppliers or ping companies or
we fit the 4 big guys: Callaway, Ping, Titleist, and TaylorMade. I'm a certified fitter in all 4, and so we make sure that we get the clubs out to those people that should have them and properly fit, which is something that is lacking out there in a lot of areas.
Jeff Chambers, Derek Ingram, thank you guys for being our early adopters with Body Track. It's been an honor to serve with you guys today. And I don't think I'm going to be doing this too much more, but I want to thank you both personally very much for doing this.
Well, thanks Ash. Thanks for what you do.
You guys out. Bye.